What is up, everyone? Conixis here, and welcome back to Shining Song Starnova. And as you remember last time, we finished Aki's route. And I have to say that so far, even though I've done only 2 routes, that Aki's route has been the best, like excluding a couple things, but it's been just the ride, and I loved it. But anyways, it is now time for us to choose our next contender for the spotlight. Let's see. Oh yeah, I said Mariya last time, so we're gonna do Mariya, I guess. But let's see. So we did Julie, we did Aki, and now it's still me, Mariya, Nemu, Mika, and Tanabe left. I don't know why I pronounce Natsuki's last name. Anyways, but yes, it's all 4 of them left, and we're gonna start with Mariya. Then we'll go to Natan, and then we'll go to Nemu, and then we'll end with Mika, and then we'll finally hit Sasami and see why the hell hers is locked and what's so grandest about it. But anyways, yes, my girl Mariya, let's fucking get it. Walked along the beach, unable to sleep. Tomorrow I would have to announce my decision to the girls. I wonder how they will react. And like I said last time, I'm going to read these little parts in the beginning because just in case someone doesn't want to watch somebody's part and they want to watch someone else's part, they don't have to like read through, or they won't have to deal with me skipping through everything. Yeah, so I wonder how they will react. While rivals between members of an idol group are common, it felt that the girls at Starnova had matured enough to accept whatever happened. Regardless of who was the center, I wanted each of the girls to shine in their own way. I wonder if I had become naive. My job as producer was not necessarily to make performers happy, but to bring in revenue for the company. Oh boy. And the nature of the beast was that one frequently could only be accomplished at the expense of others. I was ignoring the fact that as we grew bigger, the nature of our jobs was going to have to change. One day, I would have to choose between the happiness of the girls or the success of Starnova, and when that day came, by coincidence, I met Mariya on the beach. Eh? It's you. Good evening. What brings you out here? Nothing much. Since I'm still on the job, I guess I can't drink myself to sleep. I never liked the part where, not really giving her a voice, I just woke up, so my voice is the same. I never really liked the part where I have to lie in bed by myself before I fall asleep. My thoughts end up wandering to places I'd rather not, or avoid. I see. It's been a long journey for you, but you've already accomplished great things. A former member of Quasar, the #1 idol group in the nation, as well as the current general manager of the up-and-coming idol group of Starnova. What are you saying? I'm just a washout who couldn't make the cut in real idol group. I just ended up leading this unit by default because I was the oldest member. I don't have a lot of success to my name, so don't get your hopes up too high, producer. Well, most of the success in the business world is just based on luck. As you keep getting up every time you're knocked down, I'm sure you'll one day reach the top, Mariya. What are you, an elementary schooler? It's not that easy to survive in the real world, you know. Cut it out, producer. What are you trying to hit? What are you trying to hit on me or something? Giving pep talks is part of my job. Hell yeah. I gotta motivate you, my girl. Motivation. All right, I hear you. You're just trying to do your job. Speaking of which, you never did tell me what happened while you were in Quasar. That? Well, technically I'm not even allowed to talk about it. It's all in the past anyways. Sorry, but those aren't really great memories. In fact, I still get nightmares of those times. Since I like being able to sleep at night, I guess I'm not telling. I see. Well, I'm not going to pry if you're uncomfortable sharing. Maybe I'll tell you once I'm good and drunk when it won't bother me, but right now I don't feel like spoiling the mood, alright? You're in a good mood right now. You know you're kind of annoying, producer. Alright, I guess things are going alright for a change. Our popularity seems to be increasing. We did surprisingly well in the Grand Prix, and we even got a deal with a record label. If I didn't know any better, I might even be excited about these developments. But just so you know, I've already been through all this. Just because you score some lucky breaks in the beginning doesn't mean you're going to become successful. In fact, it's a lot easier when you're still small time, since you have nothing to lose. Producer, are you really up to this? Once we hit it big, the stakes are going to get crazy high. Being an idol means you don't have any control over your body or your reputation. One little misunderstanding and the whole nation can turn against you in the snap of a finger. At least when you're a nobody, you can do whatever you want without anyone noticing. But once you become someone, you can't even goddamn pick your nose without having plastered on the front page of every tabloid in the country. Sorry for saying this, but I don't think you have any idea what you're getting us into. You don't know what it's like to have everyone who you thought were your fans suddenly turn on you. You have no idea what we sacrificed to even get a shot at becoming idols. You're right. I don't know. I'll probably never know. But even if being a producer is nothing like being an idol, I'm willing to lose everything as well, if it means giving you a shot at becoming an entertaining icon. Oh boy, if you really sacrificed everything, then so will I. We're both in this together. You really are an idiot, aren't you? Whatever. Somehow I get the sinking feeling this is going to end with both of us on the streets when all of this goes south. Oh boy, Mariya, gotta take a drink to that. Jesus Christ. Given how these routes have gone, Mariya, I don't doubt it. Anyways, don't worry. As long as we're both alive, we can always try again. Idiot. Somehow all this is making me tired. I'm gonna hit the hay, producer. Alright, see you tomorrow, Mariya. Alright, good night. We got this, though, Mariya. I believe in you. Let's see. This the 29th of 2/17. Oh, boy. No, I kind of froze for a second. God damn it. Anyways, the next morning, we gathered under the staff tent at the beach. Sorry about that, guys. Good morning, everyone. The time to shoot our PV's finally come. This will be the first PV to debut the new center of Starnova, but before I announce the decision, I want to make some short remarks. First, Mariya, you served as the team's general manager so far. No matter what happens, you'll always be the captain of Starnova. Please continue to look after your Kohai. Alright, leave it to me. Regardless of who's the center, a small unit like Starnova still count on each other and every one of you. Remember, the center is not the only girl in the unit who must shine. Each of you are blossoming new stars. Please work together as one to bring Starnova to our bright, destined stage. Understood. Without further ado, the center of Starnova henceforth be Mariya. Alright, leave it to me.
Congratulations!
Well, I guess it can't be helped. But this is only the first round, you hear? Next time, I'll be the center for sure. You already were. And it was great, but at the same time... Oh boy.
Ma, I thought it would be something like that.
Figures. As expected, it's gotta be Mariya.
Congratulations, I shall work hard to be a contender for next time.
So, you're the center. It's not like I wanted to be the center or anything. Now let's all work hard to make this PV a huge success. Understood. Oh boy. The girls spoke amongst themselves as the staff finished setting up the filming equipment.
I'm glad the center selection's behind us now. The anxiety of not knowing who was going to be picked really got to my nerves.
I guess so. Oh god, my voice is still not in speaking mode, but oh well.
To think we all once fought over who was going to be the center. No matter what happens from now, let's all think of each other as teammates rather than rivals.
Sausage-chan's got the idea. Even though the center battle's over, we still got a long road ahead of us. We need to all work together as a team rather than tear each other down if we're really going to become top idols.
What a change to think this woman was nothing more than a jaded alcoholic just a few months back.
Oi, I heard that shit, Loli.
We've all worked so hard to overcome our problems the past few months. Isn't it great that Mariya's now a responsible team captain?
Jesus Christ, I can't get the light yet.
She certainly has changed a lot. I remember the days when she would always report to work hungover like yesterday.
She'd chain smoke between practice sessions and then start huffing and puffing as soon as we started dancing. Hey, shut up, you brat! Seriously, is that any way to treat your captain? Alright, Onee-sama. Onee-sama certainly has turned over a new leaf, huh?
I feel like I can rely on Onee-sama from now on.
Onee-sama, take care of Natan too. Whoa! You guys suck! Never mind, I was a moron to think we could be anything but rivals. The girls laughed among themselves as Mariya messed up her hair in frustration. Well, this is just the way Starnova is. If we're not strong enough to be able to voice our honest opinions, we wouldn't ever become the greatest idol group. Seriously, I can't believe I'm gonna be stuck being your captain. This is the worst. I returned to the girls after speaking to the staff. Alright, we're ready to shoot now. So, for the first scene, you girls will be in the water playing with the beach ball. The camera will come in close to catch you both underwater and regular shots. But just act like you're having fun. A fun day at the beach, alright? Understood! The girls ran into the waters and laughed amongst themselves as they started to pass the beach ball around. If it weren't for the crew buzzing around them, they would have looked identical to a group of friends out for a fun day at the beach. These were the Starnova girls of today. Once upon a time, they were 7 broken, flawed stars at a no-name talent agency. They had no skills, no hope, no motivation. However, they still decided to band together for one final shot at stardom. Despite their problems, they slowly formed the bond of friendship with their fellow unit members. Despite their previous failures, they practiced hard every day to rise to the shining stage of their dreams. Thanks to their hard work, their disappointing gray days gradually began to fade away. They somehow scraped together their first live, and from there they slowly built up their popularity. And before they knew it, they were suddenly popular enough to have die-hard fans show up at every one of their events. They participated in the Idol Grand Prix and got lucky enough to even share the stage with the greatest idol group in the country. Now, here they were, about to debut under a major record label with their first high-budget PV. Through their combined determination, these dying stars reignited their careers in a brilliant flash of light. And yet... oh no.
And yet, our story was far from over. Back then, we had no idea of the perils we would face as idols. We were but small-timers who eagerly sought to become the next big thing, blissfully oblivious to the sorrows which fame would bring us. One day, we would reach that shining stage we had all dreamed of standing upon. However, what we would find there was not happiness, but unfathomable darkness. This is the story of the shining songs of Starnova. The story of our time as the top idols of the entertainment industry.
Oh boy. So how's Mariya's story gonna go? Whoa, what's waiting for me today? What's waiting? It's still 2/17, so it didn't... oh yeah, that's because of the CD release. I forgot about that. The day the release of our CD, the girls exploded into the office first thing in the morning and marched toward me with insanity in their eyes.
Producer! What is the meaning of this?
You? What have you done?
Ah! Oh, Dark One, why thou do you test this one so?
God damn it, my voice isn't ready for this.
You better take responsibility for this.
I turned around in my office chair to face them, my hands folded together under my chin. Everyone, we did it. I rose from my seat and hailed to the heavens, my arms outstretched on high. Yeah! Starnova's first single on CD under Soma Music debuts at the top of the Helicon charts. TV gains over 1 million views within a week. All DVDs sold out in 3 days. Net sales 80 million yen and rising. Yahoo! God damn it. That Mariya chapter, graduation. Well, that doesn't sound bad. Of course Mariya would have to graduate at some point. Oh, it's been a year. Almost a year. It's March. It was so easy to lose track of time when you were overwhelmed with work. Every day for the past year, I had reported to work first thing in the morning, worked until nightfall, went back home, slept, and then repeat. My everyday routine repeated day after day until the season changed and the new year came and went. And now it was already the end of spring. So much had happened in the past year. I'm happy to report Starnova really took off. Even though we were far from Quasar's popularity, we had soared through the ranks of the Japanese idol industry and established ourselves as an industry player. But we just recently held our anniversary at Yogi Outdoor Stage, where we easily filled the entire plaza. The most of what was thanks... Oh god, hiccups, please. And the most of what was thanks to our hard-working center, Yamamoto Mariya. She had come a long way from the drunken, chain-smoking, burnt-out idol of last year. Now you could say she was really the Onee-sama of the unit. But that didn't mean that it was all clear skies ahead. I examined the latest sales data, the PR reports on my computer. Despite her current popularity, thanks to being the center of Starnova, the bottom of the line was Mariya was going to turn 27 this year. Lately, her sales metric had begun to flatline, while Aki and Sasame's performance had increased. Of course, it would still take time until those two overtook Mariya. However, I already foresaw the coming development. If you asked the average idol fan on the street what the ideal age for an idol was, he would probably respond with 16 or 17. You know, the age when girls were but naive, unplucked flowers, white and untouched by the hands of other men. That's what you think, but you don't know them fucking brats of today. Jesus Christ, man, you don't understand the dirty shit that happens today. God damn it. But in truth, those were the sales data. New idols only at their peaks, both commercially and physically, between the ages of 20 and 23. It was around that time when they'd build up large fan bases and have training and experience to make the most of the working in the entertainment industry. Aki and Sasami were now in those peak years, while Mariya had already passed. By age 27, most idols already long retired and it was mostly for their benefit. Any longer and they would end up injuring themselves during a dance routine, or more likely miss out on other career or personal opportunities outside of being an idol. Now it was time for Mariya to start considering other jobs. Graduation, huh? We stopped calling it retirement when an idol quit and instead referred to it as graduation. Graduation was better for promotional purposes. After all, whenever a talent had to exit the idol business for whatever reason, we could dress it up as a bittersweet event everyone already had experience with. After all, practically everyone had graduation from school and felt pride at having accomplished something alongside the sadness of being parted with their friends and even family. Most of all, graduation didn't mean an idol would simply lounge around and do nothing what retirement may entail. Rather, she may just take up another job, such as being a singer, talent manager, or a television personality. It was merely the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. I had to seriously start thinking about Mariya's next chapter now. Unknown to me, the girls downstairs were thinking along the same lines. Oh. What? What are you staring at so intently? You're giving me the creeps here. That was said backwards, but hey. Hey, Mariya. Isn't it time you thought about quitting? Ah! As expected of our shit lolly. Getting right to the, straight to the point. I was gonna say right to the point, but hey. God damn it. Oh, boy.
Lucky-chan, you mustn't say rude things like that.
What's the problem? Besides, aren't you thinking about the same thing?
No, of course not.
Listen here. Lately, you've been trying to get fans too, haven't you? I see you updating your blog pretty much twice a day now. It's obvious what you're trying to do. My throat.
I'm just trying to connect with my fans. Oh, Aki-chan.
Anyways, no matter how you look at it, things aren't going to continue like this. Look here. Don't be writing me off just because I'm a little older than the rest of you. I can still dance just fine. Still, it's pretty rare to see an idol at your age, huh? I mean, isn't, like, Shiro 26? Because she's a year older than Shiro. So she's, like, 26, so she's pretty much the same. Just a year of difference. Don't make much of a difference. Will you be alright, Mariya? What if you pull a muscle during the high jump?
Lately, I have been noticing a slight sag on Maria's chest. Big breasts certainly are difficult to maintain properly, are they not?
Oh. Shouldn't you be thinking about your future? Once you hit 30, there's no turning back, you know. I can't believe you, brats. Alright, so I'm a little older than the rest of you. And everyone's saying, left and right, that I'm over the hill already. I got it. There's no need to drive the point home. But I'm still the center, alright? You little runts need to seriously learn respect your elders. Besides, I can't retire now. The other girls certainly exchanged concerned looks when Mariya's mood deflated. I've still got something I gotta do. I'm not giving up until...
No, everyone, Maria's completely right. She's still our center. It's thanks to her that we've gotten all this far.
Indeed, it is so. I do not see reason to question her abilities. Figures, eh? Ah well, if Pikun's the one that decides to choose her as the center, Natan will go with that. Mariya's still everyone's Onee-sama. Everyone. Well, it's not like I was trying to shit on her or anything. I'm just asking for her own good, and for the sake of Starnova. If I'm not the one asking the hard questions, then who else would around here? Definitely not Sasami. She's too pure for that. But you're pure too, Aki. You're still my girl. Ah, you're so great. Even though you didn't get that chance to change, you're still great. Anyways, it just can't be helped. Nobody can be an idol forever. If you cling to your aspirations too long, you're just going to end up hurting yourself.
That's an unexpected mature opinion from Aki-chan, huh?
Of course, after all, I Kashiwagi Aki in the brains of this operation here. Anyways, I'm not planning on stepping down anytime soon. Besides, would you guys be alright with just 6 members? I suppose so. With 6 people, we wouldn't be able to have one center anymore. See? So don't try to get rid of me so soon. Nobody's trying to
get rid of you, Mariya. Aki-chan was just trying to help in her own way.
In her own way, huh? Graduation, huh?
Just thinking about it is sad. I remember when I graduated from high school, I cried lots and lots. One of my friends went away to college in Osaka, while the other ended up studying overseas.
Even if people call it that, I have no idea what graduations are even supposed to be like.
Mariya never went to high school, did she?
Who would have thought our general manager never went to high school? It just couldn't be helped, you know. Never even graduated from middle school. I sure was an idiot back then. All I cared about was becoming an idol. Cut too many classes and finally got kicked out. Honestly, I don't know what a graduation is supposed to even feel like. Mariya must have been quite the idolmaniac, huh? Dropping straight out of middle school to become an idol? Truly the modern-day equivalent of running away from home and joining the circus. Well, it's only expected. Did the same thing myself. If you really want to make it as an idol, that's kind of the sacrifice it takes. I wonder if it's really worth it, though. Nothing. Just talking to myself. Anyways, what are you kids doing distracting me like this? It's time for practice, ain't it? And don't think I'm just gonna forget about practice that easy. Come on, let's get back into formation. Move! Okay. Oh boy. It's, going to be great. I mean, Mariya does graduate in, at least, fucking Aki's story, and, like, the others do as well, because they get, like, other jobs, so, you know, it is what it is. But I didn't expect Nemu to graduate. I thought Nemu would stay for quite a while. But, hey, the only ones that were left were Aki, Sasami, and, who else? And Julie, that's right. Cause even Mika got a job as an actress, which is pretty fucking crazy considering how she was prior. She's really gained confidence. Went downstairs to find girls wrapping up practice. Good work, everyone. Good work, Mr. Producer. I came here to hand out everyone's jobs for the remainder of the month. Looks like it's going to be pretty busy for everyone. I know you're all still tired from the anniversary live, but try to hang in there until after Golden Week. Oh, God. Oh, God. Speaking of that, how's about taking another company retreat to the Onsens? But let's try not to have a repeat of last year and actually relax this time. We're not going to have another sentimental after all. Good point. We probably could use a vacation by then. Oh, if we go on vacation, that'd be cool.
Mariya's exactly right.
Alright, Onsen!
My skin certainly could use some refreshing.
Oh God, my voice.
If that is what Black Knight wills.
Well, obviously, I don't have any objections either. It just can't be helped, huh? Until then, let's all do our best. Your jobs. I passed out the folders to each of the girls, which contain papers describing what their clients wanted from them.
KP Lane. I remember her and Hassan wearing the line of dresses when she was younger.
Another gravure shot, producer. Nah, not that I have a problem with it. Good to see that you recognize my looks. Natan's gonna show up on the cooking channel. I tried to assign everyone jobs that suited them. I noticed Mariya reading her folder. Something concerning you, Mariya? You want me to be a weather woman, huh? Well, not that I have objections, of course, it's just... You're afraid that you're being shuffled off to a boring news station while all the other girls get sexy jobs, aren't you? Boy, it's not like everyone except Mariya is doing gravure. Besides, I thought it would be a good opportunity for Mariya. You can network with people who will work with new programming at the television station. Who knows, it could grow into a career later, right? Basically, it's time for Mariya to hang up the hat and move on to being a news lady. I can't wait until you're gonna be the one reporting on the evening news. Looking at Mariya, it doesn't, it's not too off. I can see her doing the news, oddly enough. Anyways, where was I? I just start from the second sentence. I can't wait until you're gonna be on the be the one reporting on the evening news that I become the #1 idol in Japan. You're always so. This is why you're nothing but a shit loli. Whatever. A lot of idols make guest appearances on the weather channels nowadays. It doesn't mean anything. Same goes for everyone else, of course. Make sure you keep your professional development by networking with your clients. After all, none of you are going to be idols forever. Like you guys said that one time, you always need an exit strategy. Okay. After the girls finished looking over their files, they went home for the day. Oh, I got this apartment again. Hell yeah. With Julie fucking leading us, I never got my apartment. But that's 2 for 2 with the apartment, or 2 for 3 with the apartment, actually. Hell yeah. Night fell and I returned home. Thanks to how well Starnova was performing lately, I had managed to sign the lease to this luxury apartment earlier this year. Moving out of that cramped tenement definitely marked the turning point in my life. However, just because I lived like the rich didn't mean that I could kick back and laugh in a carefree manner about the toiling tower class like a cliche evil baron. In fact, I had to work hard for this apartment every day. Case in point, even though I arrived home, that didn't mean my work was over. Soon after I got home, Kodama arrived and knocked on my door as scheduled.
Good evening, Producer-san. My, how suspicious it must appear for you to be inviting me into your apartment at this hour. Shall we throw everyone in for a loop by passionately kissing as soon as the door shuts behind us, before melding our bodies together on the very doormat?
I did the same thing. I was like, I can only rub my brows at this man's jest. Oh, you. Besides, just who would you be throwing for a loop? It's not like anyone besides us would even know.
Well then, very well, Producer-san. Let us get to business.
Indeed, I had not invited Kodama to my apartment to take part in secret romantic rendezvous, but on an important work-related matter. So have you had any breakthroughs regarding what I asked?
As expected, Golden Calf's secrets are well guarded. But after some drinks were passed around, I did manage to get some middle management people related to Quasar speaking about that man's interest in Starnova.
Of course, the man Kodama was referring to was Kamijo, the executive producer of the mega unit Quasar, which by coincidence also happened to be Mariya's former unit. Considering that I strongly suspected Kamijo of meddling with our participation in the Idol Grand Prix last year, I had Kodama dig in a bit into finding who exactly we were dealing with. The fact that our center was one of Kamijo's former talents only highlighted that need for us to prepare for anything he might pull in the future.
Indeed, it does appear that Starnova's recent surge in popularity has caught that man's eye. But alas, that seems hardly a revelation, no? Mere due diligence for the man behind Japan's top idol units.
I crossed my arms and thought, well, more importantly, what exactly happened to Mariya when she was a part of Quasar that would get him interested in us?
That is quite a mystery indeed, no? But why not ask the heroine of the story herself?
Well, Kodama did have a point there. But the reality was that I wanted the full picture of everything that happened. Look, I'm not stupid. Talents want your favor, and they're going to paint everything in a certain light to accomplish that. I'm not calling Mariya a liar, but I'm directing a big group like Starnova. I needed information from every possible source. Call me an asshole, but I'm just performing my due diligence to Starnova and Shining Productions. You know something?
Well? Upon some prodding, I discovered a certain connection between Mariya-chan and the well-publicized center battle between Okuda Shiro and Kihara Kana.
What Kodama was referring to was an event that rocked the idol industry 2 years ago. The two top members of Quasar, Shiro and Kana, somehow miraculously tied for first place in the popularity poll, creating a succession crisis which gripped the nation. Sensing a promotional and commercial opportunity of a lifetime, Kamijo offered the girls an ultimatum. The next Quasar single CD would come in 2 versions, the Shiro version and the Kana version. Whoever sold the most copies would be crowned the center of Quasar, and the loser would be fired. It was a harebrained scheme to sell millions of CDs. Why would the loser be fired? If they're the top 2, then one becomes top center and the other one just falls back. Like, why would you give? That's stupid. Anyways, at least for Kamijo and Golden Calf, it worked out perfectly. Well, obviously, Shiro ended up selling more copies, and everything else is history. Kamijo stayed true to his word, and Kihara Kana was fired. And more importantly, she vanished from the public eye, never to be seen again. Mariya was involved? I guess that was around the time when she was fired, too. So what's the story there?
My, certainly a lowly contractor such as I would not be privy to such intimate industry secrets. My knowledge only extends as far as that Mariya was involved in that affair, and given Golden Calf's power in this industry, mayhaps it be in my best interest that I do not dig further, no.
Well, Mariya never got any further than being a third-row girl, so it was hard to imagine getting involved in a power struggle between Quasar's 2 top talents. If what Kodama was saying was true, then it would mean that Mariya's involvement in Quasar ran far deeper than I initially assumed. In that case, Kamijo continued interest in Mariya's activities were all but assured. Now that Mariya was the center of Starnova, this was something I needed to get to the bottom of. By the same coin, it was a matter of requiring a high level of delicacy as well. Whatever had happened to Quasar, at Quasar, it had left Mariya chain-smoking, cuss-hurling alcoholic. After a long and painful year, she had only just become sober again. If I were to poke too incessantly and reopen her old wounds so soon after they had healed, the chances of her relapsing were more than a possibility. Mariya could drink and smoke all she wanted while we were unknown with the repercussions, but now that we were recognized idol unit, her addictions would no doubt be plastered on the front cover of every tabloid from here to Kagoshima and end up Sapporo if discovered. Meaning I definitely could not afford to have her relapse.
Quite a sticky situation you find yourself in, no?
I'd say.
Then I ought to be going, unless you really did have an interest in this humble contract worker.
How many times?
My, producer-san.
I have heard certain whispers about your past as well. Quite a colorful backstory you have, and I refer not merely to your perfectly sculpted buttocks. Wait a minute, what? Hold on, what do you mean? What's in my backstory? I need to know! What was my boy doing on the low? Hey, who said you could poke around digging stuff up about me? Perhaps my weakness is that I am simply far too curious about the goings of this business for my own good. Then I shall leave you to your lonesome, producer-san. I shook my head as Kodama left my apartment. That man seriously knew how to get on my nerves. If he weren't good at what he does, I would have fired him ages ago. Anyways, to give credit where credit is due, he did bring me some interesting information about my center. Now, I had to do something to ponder about. Yeah, I had something to ponder about. I had no idea what exactly I was going to do with this information, but at least I had the luxury of time for now, I would just keep investigating until I found a way to approach Mariya. By now, it was already late in the night. I gave up on accomplishing more work and went to sleep. What could have happened between, what could have possibly gone on? She was third row, but it was the battle between Shiro and Kana, but at the same time, it's what could she have done that would have been so big? The downtime following our anniversary live is now over. The girls return to work. Any talk about Mariya's possible graduation now forgotten. Likewise, I dived once again into developing the girls' professional opportunities. My discoveries about Mariya were a mere afterthought. Hey, Peekun! It looked like Nata was the only one without a job today. She was just lounging around the office, looking increasingly jittery at having nothing to do. Yeah? You suppose this is alright? Seems like all the other girls have more jobs than me. Well, it varies, you know? Some days it's you who have the day off, while other days it can be one of the other girls. Don't think too deeply about it, and just use the opportunity to rest up. No. You know Natan don't need no rest to have spunk. You're just saying that because Natan ain't as popular as the other girls, ain't you? Wow, I don't think so. I thought she'd be as popular. I don't know who I would think would be the least. Well, let's be honest. Because she's older, we probably would think Mariya would be the least popular, but I don't know. I like Natan at least. I don't fucking know, man. Boy, cut me some slack here. I'm trying my best. Hey, Peekun, you suppose you need to see me buck nude again? What's it gonna take to get some attention around here? No, I assure you I've seen plenty already. Then why is that Julian getting gravure jobs while Natan ends up dry here? And Natan here ends up dry. My bad. I threw my hands up in surrender. Well, it just can't be helped. Pale girls have been more popular in Japan, and hafus are selling point in their own, so, hey man, I don't know about you, but a tan is always nice, and Natan, you rocking it. That's discriminating. That's what it is. I'ma go call the diet person on you, Peekun. Look, I'm doing my best to find you jobs right now. Look at me typing away on my computer like this. I'm typing up emails as we speak. Natan ain't gonna throw in the towel yet. Just get a load of this. Oh, I covered my eyes in a panic when Natan grabbed her shirt and began to pull it up. No physical examinations today, none! Is Natan so unappealing that you can't take a look straight, that you can't look at her straight? This kind of seems like it would be something on her route. God damn it. Listen. Just then the door of the office opened, Natan's shirt halfway off and her bra exposed. Looks like you're having quite the bit of fun here, producer-san. What's the meaning of this? Mariya, talk some sense into this bumpkin. She started stripping in the office for no reason. Mariya, just the woman I wanted to see. Peekun here saying that Natan don't have no appeal because she ain't pale-skinned or a hafu ain't that hot. Ain't that who? How do you suppose Natan can turn this around and become one of them gravure queens? Well, honestly, your body isn't the be-all, end-all where gravure is concerned. Well, obviously, you need something, but I'd say you've already got plenty. I'd say most of it, actually, in how you feel about it. If you looked at a guy, if you're being looked at by a guy makes you happy, I think you got a good shot at being the Guavir Queen. I see. So it's all about being top bitch like Julian, eh? Oh, that isn't... Pekin, you better ready yourself, because Natan be rare to become a top bitch. God damn it, Natan. God damn it. Don't become like Julie, please. Please, I don't need another one of Julie. Don't get me wrong, I like Julie. But the beginning of her route still has me miffed. It's like, it was very annoying when she literally just became a bitch. Like, anyways, rare to become top bitch so I can get some work, Gravir work. Like I keep saying, don't even joke about something like that. It'd be a real problem, you know? Anyways, what's the sudden fixation on Gravir? There's plenty of other jobs out there, you know? Well... See, Akion told me the other day that being an idol's about the sex appeal. We be doing plenty of stuff, but the bottom line here is folks want their fix. If no one ain't interested in seeing Nantan fresh, then just how am I gonna make a living? Well, I see. Well, don't worry too much. Guys are horny all the time. Oh. Akion was saying it's all about the freshness. Once your stuff starts sagging, it's all over. Something like that. That shit, Loli. Unfortunately, I don't think she was referring to you, Natan. You reckon so? Yeah, let's all rip on your center. Oh no, that's Mariya. Yeah, let's all rip on your center. This is why being the head of the pack is not what it's cracked up to be. Once you hit this stage, all everyone wants to do is take pot shots at you. I raised my hand and tried to calm my agitated talents. Anyways, I'd say things are still going pretty well. Natan, you got a photo shoot for athletic shoes tomorrow, while Mariya's booked all week. Speaking of that, how'd today's shoot go, Mariya? Well, the shots seemed to come out alright, but the manager didn't seem that interested in renewing the contract no matter how much I worked him. Alright, I guess it couldn't be helped. In fact, I'd already heard they hired someone younger for next season lineup, which was why I didn't bother accompanying Mariya to the shoot. Of course, since the client was a clothing boutique aimed at college women, I guess it wasn't too concerning that they wanted a younger model. However, I didn't feel compelled to share this information with Mariya. Anyways, I'll do my best to cook up more jobs for you two. For now, you can focus on perfecting your routine. I guess so. Okay. With that, the two of them went downstairs, leaving me to ponder. Speaking of Mariya, considering she was the center, we hadn't made a photo book for her yet. In fact, despite Starnova's booming popularity, we didn't have a photo book for any of the girls. Well, this seemed like the right time to rectify that. I got on my computer and started drafting out a business proposal. Naturally, photo books required a large amount of stock to be printed beforehand, so we couldn't make them unless they were sure they would sell enough to recoup manufacturing costs and turn a profit, meaning we could only make a photo book for the most popular of the girls. I opened up my sales metrics spread. I already knew our top 3 performing idols right now were Mariya, Aki, and Sasame, but this proposal would need more detailed analysis. Mariya saw a surge in popularity immediately after we announced her as the center of Starnova when our first single, Onee-sama, came out, but her fanbase hasn't gone up or down much ever since. Meanwhile, Aki's fans have been steadily growing ever since our debut live, with no signs it would taper off anytime soon. While she wasn't a fresh-faced child idol anymore, she worked harder than any of the other girls, and was still in her teens. Based on the industry-wide data, her popularity was only going to keep increasing up until around the age of 24. And that's when she quit being an idol in her story, so yeah, that makes sense. That was, of course, presuming no unexpected scandals, given Aki's one-track devotion to becoming an idol. I couldn't imagine anything happening, though. Sasami saw a huge spike in popularity after our anniversary live too. While she wasn't colorful as the other personalities of the unit, many were drawn to her genuine reactions on stage. In other words, in a world where idols were artificial, Sasami felt like the real deal. That's why she's great, but She's locked behind the wall. Can't get the greatness. I gotta work for it. If you want something good, you gotta work for it. God damn it. I mean, we're gonna do all the idols anyway, but I wanted her first. Anyways, given the fact she just turned 22, she still had plenty of time left in her prime, and Sasami seemed even less likely than Aki to be caught in a scandal. Man, it would truly be a shock if, indeed, the Lamb of Starnova was caught on camera doing something impure. I hope that's not. I hope that's not something preluding to her thing. I really hope not. I want her to stay pure. If I just crunched the data, it was clear that Aki was the winner here. She was going to be moving units for potentially the next 5 years if I played my cards right. Mariya might have seniority, but it'd be fatally short-sighted if I lacked the vision and lacked the vision to lead Starnova into the next decade as well. Aki-chan, huh? She always is going about how she wants to be the center. In any matter, there was no need to pick a winning course now. I began to type up a proposal to produce a set of photo books for Mariya, Aki, and Sasami. In fact, I could just use these sales figures from those photos books to decide my next move. On top of that, I had to find jobs for not only Natan, but all the other girls at Starnova. The work of an idol producer was truly never over. I typed away furiously on my keyboard. Oh boy. April 1st, 2018, April Fool's Day. The rest of the month passed uneventfully, as I laid the seeds of the girls' next jobs. With the arrival of April, Mariya's saint as part-time weather lady began. After I introduced Mariya to the news crew, they stood her in front of a large green screen and walked her through how to deliver the forecast. Of course, an actual weather report that people saw behind the reporter would be added in through chroma key, so Mariya had to know where to point on the green screen to refer to various objects in the weather. As expected of a professional, Mariya nodded politely and seemed to quickly grasp what she had to do. After the instructions were laid out, the report began. Yeah, see, she fits. I told you, it looks natural from the clothes she always wears. It looks like she could be a weather woman. Everyone, good evening. This is Yamamoto Mariya from the Idol Unit Starnova. I'm pleased to announce that I will be filling in as the weather reporter for this week. This is the first time I've done something like this, so I'm a little nervous, but I'll try my very best to deliver the weather accurately for everyone. Now, with the beginning of April, cherry blossom season is finally upon us. Fortunately, clear skies are to be expected for much of the Kanto region, making this week the ideal time to go out and catch an early view of the flowers. As you can see, highs around 20 degrees are expected. However, nighttime is still expected to be cold, about 8 degrees, so be sure to still wrap yourself up comfortably before leaving the house. Mariya pointed to all the right spots and seemed at ease delivering the report, as expected of a pro idol. Something on this level was no problem. Reassured that Mariya had everything under control, I opened my tablet and looked through our remaining schedule for today. Following the weather, she had a poolside photo shoot before she was scheduled for an appearance at the anime store to promote our new single. In other words, a full day. Despite the stamina required to handle so many jobs, nothing made an idol happier than a maxed out schedule. After all, common knowledge was that it was better to be overworked than to have no work at all. I mean, you right. God damn it. How much as Mariya delivered the report without any problems. And that concludes today's weather report. Now to the sports desk. The take was a wrap and the director cut the film. Oh boy. Thank you very much. I hope there were no problems. No, you were a natural. Perhaps you should consider a career in newscasting. Thank you very much. Hamada-san, Mariya-san here is our eldest girl. She really seems dependable, doesn't she? Yeah. That's right, huh? Here's my card. I look forward to working with you. Here's mine. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, it seems Mariya-san has a full schedule today, so we must get going. I look forward to tomorrow's broadcast, and I'll see you tomorrow. Indeed, goodbye. Thanks for your work. Oh boy. We left the television studio and walked into the parking lot. Next week got a swimsuit photo shoot. Come on, let's go grab a cab. Going from delivering the weather report straight to Gravir, huh? That's definitely an idle life for you. Sounds like it. Hey, producer, is that... Mariya stopped and pointed off to a trio walking toward the television station. Oh, goddammit, it's you. Oh, why though? Why are you here? Go away. Anyways. Well, if it isn't rising producer of Starnova, quite a surprise to see you here. Kamijo-san, good day to you. I and Kamijo were Shiro, Okuda, Haruka, and Okita, respectively the number 1 and number 2 of Quasar, until Okita's sex tape releases, but it might not release this time, and couldn't help but feel slightly intimidated. The 3 people before me probably represented roughly 30% of the entire Japanese idol industry in terms of money they moved. Oh, look at your outfit, Shiro. You look nice. My, Mariya. What brings you to the television station? I'm filling in as a weather report this week. I see. Maybe I'll see you on the evening news later today. Yeah, I suppose so. What brings you here? We're supposed here to appear on a talk show, Tanaka's Golden Stage Hour. Have you ever seen it? Of course. Who in the entertainment industry doesn't know old man Tanaka? As expected of Quasar, Shiro-senpai, are you sure you should be talking to her in front of Kami-P too? It's not a problem, is it, Kamijo-san? Well, I suppose it is not an industry secret. I don't see the problem. Yeah, Mariya is a former member of Quasar, after all. Speaking of such, who would ever imagine that the former Quasar would ascend to such heights at the center of a rival idol group, and at such a light age, too? You are a man of unexpected talents, Producer-san. Thank you. It seems I was wrong about you, Mariya. But perhaps we should keep bygones as bygones. I suppose so, Kamijo-san. But I must not expend more of your time here. Doubtlessly, we are both rather busy men looking after our girls all the time, no? Indeed, it is so. Then farewell. It was nice seeing you again, Mariya. Yeah, see you, senpai. With that, Kamijo and the 2 girls enter the television station. I exhaled a long breath that I wasn't even aware I was holding. Hey, Mariya, you can relax now. Huh? You're clenching your fists so tight I can see them trembling. Oh, right. Don't let him rub you the wrong way. That guy's just trying to mess with you. Yeah, I know how he operates. I won't let it distract me. Anyways, let's not be late to the shoot. Come on. Back here again, I see. Shortly after we arrived on set, Mariya emerged from the changing room in a swimsuit. Are you feeling alright? Yes, there's no problem. It's just... You suppose this is alright? Mariya outstretched her arms and put herself on display in front of me. Huh? You're asking me? Well, do I have an appeal in your eyes? You're putting your producer in quite a dangerous spot here. You know girls who ask men for affirmation too much are unpopular. Is it because of what Kamijo said? He's trying to sabotage us by planting wrong ideas in your head. You see manipulative guys like that all the time in upper management. But it's true, isn't it? It's not like I'm young anymore. I mean, you're not young, but you still look fine, to me at least. Like, damn, girl. Like, you look nice. Don't stress it. You know, it's just as well as I do. I'm just an over-the-hill idol that's just barely clinging to life. Another year and I'll be ancient history. I don't know what's been wrong with my body lately. It keeps getting fatter and fatter while everything starts to ache all the goddamn time. Well, your situation is what it is. It's not going to be the kind of, I'm not going to be the kind of producer who leads talents on with honeyed words and false hope. Right now, though, the other girls need an Onee-sama. I made you the center because you're the one with the experience necessary to help other girls navigate this industry. Even though some fans may believe one of the younger members may be more fresh, My professional opinion is that Starnova needs a leader with experience.
So in the end, I really am everyone's Onee-sama, huh?
I looked away as Mariya cupped her breasts in her hands and pushed them up as if weighing her commercial value.
Nobody's interested in old boobs like these. Oh, no, I am. Hey, what's good, Mariya? What's good, my girl? Anyways, like I said, you still look fine to me. But then again, you're an anime, so I can't see actual wrinkles or anything. But I'd still believe you look fine. So don't worry, my girl. You're good. Nobody's interested in old boobs like these, huh? Hang in there, my babies. What? Can't handle seeing your own talent touch yourself a bit? You're supposed to be the one peddling these wares, you know? You better not look away.
I understand that completely. Anyways, let's not keep our client waiting.
Oh, right. So what exactly do you want from me with this shoot?
You're gonna be in a whiskey ad in a man's magazine. Spread yourself out on that beach chair alongside the whiskey bottle and look sexy. The target demographic is middle-aged men in their 30s and 40s. A more mature, sexy charm is what we're going for.
So basically, turn some old geezer's eyeballs toward the whiskey bottle sitting beside me. Alright, I got it.
With our concerns at least momentarily alleviated, I went over to the photographer and other managers from the advertising company to get the shoot started. I watched Mariya lay down in the beach chair and stretch her body while parting her lips with a sensual smile. You could say I found it appealing. Even though I wasn't quite an old geezer yet, I could imagine myself flipping through the pages of a magazine and noticing this ad. With the sound of each camera shutter, Mariya pulled an alternate pose, giving the advertisement company different options to choose from. After about 3 dozen photographs, the shoot was over. The whole thing only took minutes, really. With an experienced talent like Mariya, a shoot this basic didn't really need much in the way of retakes.
Looks like that wrapped up pretty quickly.
Thanks for your business.
Looks like Mariya-chan had the right image for this shoot.
If it's alright, here's my card. Please feel free to use Mariya-san for future advertising opportunities as well.
I see. I'll let you know if anything comes up.
Thank you for your work.
Thank you for your work.
Our work concluded, we left the pool in short order. By the time we got back to the office, the sun was setting. Well, that shoot was pretty easy. Looks like you were worried over nothing.
But I can't say that kind of work really makes me that happy.
Huh? What do you mean? You don't like Guavera all of a sudden?
Not that, obviously. I guess my body just appeals to whiskey-sipping old geezers now. I can't believe this. Whatever, sorry, didn't mean to dig into you. Anyways, I know this is just how the job goes. Nobody can turn back the clock and make me an innocent little girl again.
Well, oh, we're going to make a photo book of you pretty soon, by the way.
Huh? Really?
I guess this would be my first one. Not bad, producer. Well, we're also making ones for Aki and Sasame. We saved some cost by shooting all 3 books simultaneously.
Should have known.
They're your beloved teammates, you know. One day you'll have to leave Starnova in their hands.
Yeah, I know, but still doesn't make me happy at all. It just feels like I'm getting written off. What am I saying? I guess I should be glad for having gotten this far at all.
Mariya swallowed her regrets.
Anyways, looks like I'm done for the day. I'm off.
I'll see you tomorrow. With that, Mariya walked off while I returned to the office. Not willing to leave until I accomplished some work, I got to organizing some more opportunities for my talents. While I couldn't make Mariya young again, giving her a successful career was the only thing that was within my power. With her worries motivating me past my fatigue, I began to type away on my computer. Mariya didn't get far until she received a message on her cell.
I wonder if Mariya still has the same number. Why don't you give me a text if you do?
Oh, Shiro, hi.
Shiro-senpai.
It had been ages since her old friend last messaged her. Perhaps today's chance meeting had reminded her of the past. Mariya messaged her back. This is Mariya. It's been a while. Something the matter?
Nothing in particular. I merely wish to see you in person. If you have the time, why don't you pay me a visit at Akiba Filet de France?
As usual, unreasonably asking people out with any warning. You never change, Shiro-senpai. Alright, I'm on my way. Mariya closed her cell and changed direction to the train station. In any matter, Akiba was merely a single station away, so it wasn't as if she had to go far out of her way to meet Shiro. After a few minutes, Mariya arrived at Filet de France Cafe just outside of Akihabara Station. Despite Shiro having disguised herself with an enormous hat, pair of shades, Mariya still recognized her immediately. Shiro waved and gestured Mariya over. Good evening, Shiro-senpai. Look at the copy-paste. Fucking aviators. How many times have I said to stop calling me that? You're a year older than me, you know. The two of the old friends then burst into laughter together, feeling mutually nostalgic for long ago days when they were in the same unit. I hear you've been the center of Starnova for a while now. Congratulations. I always knew you could be center one day. What are you saying? I never even got past the third row when I was in Quasar. I was pretty much a backup dancer for you and the other girls. I never stood a chance of being the center. Well, I guess the best girls don't always become the center. But really, should you be out here? You're pretty much the queen of Japanese entertainment right now. If people were to recognize you, this whole place would be in an uproar. I can't let others dictate how I live my life. Besides, I wanted to speak with you, Mariya. It's been such a long time since you left Quasar. Look at us now, a pair of old ladies dancing alongside girls 10 years younger than us. Our time was so short, wasn't it? We went, got old without even realizing it. You got that right. It's even worse here. Clients renewing their contracts for younger faces. The old members snickering about when I'm gonna retire. I bet even my producer's thinking about picking my successor. I hope everything is all right for you and Quasar. Are the people upstairs giving you trouble? Well, to tell the truth, Shiro leaned in close to Mariya and began to speak in a hushed voice. Lately, I've been thinking about television. I heard some talk at the station that old man Tanaka's thinking of retiring. Maybe the people upstairs would be interested in having a new host with more modern appeal. Or something like that. Well, Shiro-senpai's already the empress of the entertainment. I'm sure everyone will bend over backwards to take you in, even after you retire from Quasar. I wonder. Shiro smiled sadly. Society moves fast. One day you're the beloved empress of the entertainment, and the next you're Marie Antoinette at the guillotine. One does not simply number one without keeping some skeletons locked away, you know. You know that, Mariya. I suppose so. Shiro put her hand on top of Maria's. I know it's unfair of me to say this, but I'm a little envious. Envious of who? You, of course. You were right back then. You still managed to climb the ladder right away. Something like that's not possible for a black idol like myself. What are you saying? I'm not anyone to be envious of. Just between you and me, I wonder what Quasar would look like today if Kana-chan were the center. Would Quasar still have ended up looking the same as it did today? Senpai. What are you doing, bringing up heavy topics like this at a cafe? We should have gone to a bar and drank ourselves red instead. Come on, everything's decided by the suits upstairs. We're just assets to be managed, that's all. What does it matter who's the center, who's third row? It's all set up by upper management anyway. It's not like they care what we think. I suppose so. With that, the two wrapped up their meeting, lest the conversation become heavier. It was good seeing you again, Mariya. Me too, Senpai. Oh, and you can really stop calling me that now. We're both centers, you know. No more of that. We're rivals. Rivals, huh? Then I'll give you nothing but my best. I expect nothing less. See you, Mariya. See you later. Well, at least they still seem cool. I don't know what the drama was that happened years ago, but hey. What's going on now? I mean, we're probably gonna... I'm in my office. A few days later, most of the team was assembled in my office, intently staring at the television. On the television screen, Natan found herself in a faraway jungle. Natan here. We appear to have lost our way while headed to the village. Our guide tells us that we might have stumbled into an old war battleground. We better watch our step, and some leftover booby traps from the war might still be lying about. Also, we gotta be on the lookout for poisonous snakes. As expected of the jungle, is eaten there. Let's continue our trek. Will we be able to make it out of this all right? Or is this the end for Natan?
I can't believe Natan went to Vietnam to guest on a host show. What if she never finds her way out of that jungle?
Hey, producer, is she gonna be alright?
I saw on the news a while back about a bus full of junior high students who got stranded in the woods. They say after weeks of starvation, they started to eat each other.
I remember that happening. I was enrolled in a sister school at the time. It caused quite a stir, no? That's not all I heard. They all reverted back to their feral instincts and started screwing like animals, too. Of course you heard the sex bits.
No way! What'll happen to Natan now?
Nah, I guess it just means we'll have to do our best without her from now.
Aki-chan!
Of course I'm just kidding. There's no way they'd ever air an episode if they really were lost in the middle of the jungle, right, producer? Well, yes, in fact, her getting lost for a bit is just part of the script. The writers thought the episode would be more dramatic if they wandered about the jungle a bit and saw more animals before arriving at the village.
I see. Thank goodness.
Everything's all been set up ahead of time, huh? That's how the entertainment industry actually works. Yeah, I mean, they did that for you guys on that Viva show where Aki pretended to die. But yeah, of course it's been set up. You really think I'd actually put Natan in danger? Indeed, due to Natan's concerns about her lack of popularity, I had shipped her off to the jungles of Vietnam for a travel show. While the others, the office was now uncharacteristically quiet without the biggest mouth of Starnova. At least Natan would not attempt to strip in front of me for a while. The television show continued. Oh, look at that, everyone! Natan pointed at the tree where it looked like a small lemur was perched on top of some branches. Eh? What's up there? What's that up in the tree? Natan's Vietnam guide pointed to the strange creature and explained what it was. He says it's a pygmy loris. Sure is cute, eh? Apparently they're nocturnal, so just sleeping on the tree right now. Those big eyes make it look like Aki-chan, doesn't it? Hi, Aki-chan, are you watching? I think I might have found your people. Ah! Get fucking burned! Oh, damn! Oh, playing the mess out of my girl! Oh, damn, a laugh track played as a picture. God damn it. My girl just got fucking played. Comparing me to a monkey on national television? Well, it certainly does look small and cute, doesn't it? That doesn't make this that doesn't make this a tiny bit better. Just who's in charge of writing this junk? Hey now, the writers worked hard to think of that, you know. I guess you're just the red monkey now. This show's boring. Pure drivel. I can't believe Natan's been roped into participating in such nonsense. Aki framed boredom and opened up a magazine while still shooting glances at the television screen.
I'm glad Natan got to go travel, though. It'd be nice if we could go overseas, huh?
Come to think of it, it was Natan's first time leaving the country.
I've never left the country myself. It would be nice if we can have an overseas life. Have you guys ever traveled?
Indeed, my parents sent me off to America several times. Well, I lived in Hawaii for a while. Aside from that, I moved between here and Okinawa a few times. This one has seldom left the darkness of her cozy apartment. As much as I hate to say it, I've never left the country either. How about you, Mariya? Me? Of course not. What are you talking about? I guess there was that one time, though. It's not really anything, though. What are you talking about? Have you traveled, or have you not? Uh, well, one time when I was in Quasar, that Kamidra guy did this thing where the top 12 members could have a live in Singapore, caused quite a stir, since naturally everyone wanted to go. Of course, I didn't make the cut, and that was the end of that. I stayed home for supplementary practices while the winners had fun overseas. I hear it was really great though. The first class airline tickets were and a week's stay at a 5-star hotel. So basically, that failure is the closest Onee-sama's gotten to overseas. Maybe she still thinks she could have pulled it off to this very day. Alright, shut it, shit, Loli! We sighed wistfully. Maybe Aki was right on the money. A look of resignation fell on Mariya, as if she was reliving disappointments of her past. I guess something like that's really unrealistic. We're still not anywhere near popular enough to have an overseas live, huh? Producer-san, are you listening? I want to have a live at South Korea or Los Angeles. Come on, get on it.
Maybe if we all worked hard, we can all go overseas one day.
It'll be to fulfill Onee-sama's dreams, Producer-san. I raised my hand in protest. Oi, let's focus on making fans here happy first. Or before that. Going overseas is one thing, but filling a venue in a foreign market's a whole new ballgame. Figures, huh? Mariya's words echoed in her hollow chest. Should have known Singapore was pushing it. And yet I worked so hard for that every day. Thought I was gonna die. But in the end, I bet half the girls that got picked there were because they sucked on the upper management's dick. That's just the way the industry works in the end. Yikes, she's gone into flashback mode again. It'll be a while until she snaps out of it.
No way.
Anyways, let's focus on the task at hand. Mariya, Sasami, and Aki all have to shoot for the photo book coming up next week. This will be Starnova's first set of photo books, and who knows, maybe if they sell well, we might really have an overseas live someday. Let's all do our best for the sake of Starnova.
Understood, Producer-san. I'll do my best.
Yeah! Oh boy. And that's what we'll call it. Wait, why the sad music? The girls filed out the office at the end of the day had arriving. However, before the girls could leave, the Red Imp had some words for the others now that she was safely out of the earshot of the producer. Listen here, Mariya. What? Isn't it obvious what's happening here? Producer's already fishing for your successor, and naturally, it's going to be me.
Aki-chan, you're terrible.
Ma, you say that, but you know you're also aiming for the top spot too, aren't you? You've been chirping and blogging like crazy lately.
I'm just doing my best for the sake of the unit.
Wait, what are you saying? It definitely is strange, though, for the producer to be producing 3 photo books at the same time. Normally, wouldn't you want to produce one for the center so she gets all the spotlight, and then release the other girls' books one at a time? Naive. This was always a competition. It's clear that Starnova will have a new center by next year, and when that time comes, producer will want to know which girl can move the most ink. The bottom line here is that Mariya was never the real center, because come on, why would any corporation sink its money into pushing someone due for retirement anyways? She was just picked to teach the true center Starnova the ropes before heading into retirement. That does make sense. Certainly, the timing of the 3 photo book. I'm surprised Nemu isn't popular. I'm very surprised she isn't. Anyways, you think with the horny men out there, she'd be moving the most units. God damn it. Anyways, the timing of the 3 photo books does seem to dictate that Producer-san is seeking to evaluate the respective power of the company's top 3 talents. I see. So Mariya was but the mentor character all along. The true heroine has yet to rise. So this was the truth of the Black Knight's plan. How could this one have not have seen this?
Moo, you guys are so terrible, always going on about the censor. Mariya, don't listen to Aki-chan's words at all. She's just a shit loli after
Ha! It's fucking Sasami saying it! Oh, god damn it! It's Sasami saying it! God damn, you know you're being mean, then, fucking Aki. God damn it. But don't worry, you'll always be my girl, but god damn, if Sasami has to say you're being a shit loli, then you know you're being fucking extra rude. God damn. Sasami, I need to pet your head. You're so fucking great. Mariya only let out a long sigh. I already know that. I'm just a dumbass granny in the industry filled with girls half my age. You think I don't see what's happening myself? Hey. But, whatever. It's just the way things are. I should just be satisfied with having come this far. I'm leaving. With that, Mariya sauntered away. Sasi immediately turned angrily to Aki.
Well, Aki-chan, you had better apologize to Mariya first thing tomorrow. No matter what, there's some things you can't say aloud.
It's not like you're any different from me. I'm just upfront about it. Listen here, idols who cover up their true intentions with lots of sweet words and fake smiles are the worst. Isn't that what you do, though? Like, aren't you the faux loli? Like, aren't you faking all that shit? So what do you mean?
Well, Aki-chan!
What? Are you going to tell producer that you're not going to participate in the photo shoot then? All for Mariya's sake? Just what good will that do? Like Mariya says, it's just the way things are. It's not like anyone wanted things to turn out this way. Hey, look. We all knew this was gonna happen eventually. Come on, nobody seriously expects to be an idol at the age of 27.
Indeed, graduation is a necessary part of the idol's life, no? It is merely the end of one chapter and the beginning of another.
Yeah, it's not like Mariya's gonna pass away of old age or something. She's just gonna get some other job. It's not like we'll never see her again or something like that. Adult society is a scary thing, you know. It's not like anyone's obligated to look out for you. In this world, it's war. It's a dog-eat-dog war. I don't know how I feel about hearing that from a shit loli. God damn it. I'm just saying what needs to be said. We can't keep ignoring this issue forever.
Did you really have to handle it like that, though?
This is the only way I know how. Aki's face darkened. Despite her confident exterior, her inside squirmed at the tension she had caused. In the end, human beings were far too good at passing emotion between each other. Even though Aki believed what she said was correct, the negative emotion she felt from the other girls made her insides hurt something she could never show before the others. Guilt. Anyways, it's late. I'm leaving. A pair of twin tails flailed behind her as she marched away. Why is everyone so upset? I'm just laying things out as they are, but you're doing it so rudely. Yes, we know that Mariya has to eventually retire because she's old, but it doesn't have to be said. Just let her enjoy the time while she has it. Like, Aki, I know you haven't gone through your big change and starting to see things in a lighter manner because the whole coming over my apartment thing hasn't happened, but it's like, you gotta understand, my girl, like, you know you have emotions, you feel guilt, so you know that, of course, Mariya's gonna be hurt by you yelling all these fucking, oh, you're old, oh, your time has come, oh, the new center is being decided, that kind of shit. Just let her enjoy the time, and when it happens, fucking hell.
Aki-chan is merely trying to help in her own way.
You know, for a fake loli, she really does hate fakers. Guess it takes one to know one. That's what I'm saying. Like, you act fake, but you're talking about fake feelings and stuff like that. Like, come on now.
Looks like it. Anyways, it's late now. Let's be on our way.
With that, the rest of the girls dispersed for the night as well. Oh, boy. And we'll call it there, because I just wanted to see what the fuck was going to happen with the sad music. And this is happy music, so everything should be fine. Oh no, everyone gets their own page. That's Aki's page. This will be Mariya's page. Anyways, so thank you all for watching. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button and save it to your favorites. Also share it with your friends. This has been Conixis. You can follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description below. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.